Well, that was super glitchy, but hi, welcome to Popcorn Chicken, where we talk about shows that are on the television and movies and stuff. Anyway, we're going to talk about Willow, episode 5, I think. It kind of messed me up with the number system because they released 2. So I think we're on 5 now. But anyway, I'm going to bring on Nathan and Elvin.
Hello.
Hello there.
Season's greetings.
Yes, I got a seasonal beverage.
Of course you do.
I got Santa Claus. Wait, no. Saudi Claus? Saudi? Sahti. Saudi Claus?
What?
I don't know. I think Saudi is a type of beer with juniper berry flavor.
It's also a country.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
All right, well.
It's from Saudi Arabia. They believe in Santa Claus.
No, Sahti.
Oh, Sati.
Sati Claus.
Is it the Seti? Is it Seti, the bear?
Yeah.
The Seti, like Ogopogo and stuff like that? Seti?
Yeah, it is. And he's got
That's not Santa Claus. That's
whatever.
The abominable snowman.
The H looks like an N. Hold on, let me.
Seti Claus. Yeah, that's not Santa Claus.
No, it's not.
Anyways, you know what's not good? Also, tell me the beer is not good.
It's pretty delicious. It's
I was trying to go on a segue here, but okay.
It's 7.7%, so we better hurry this shit up.
Oh yeah, you better. Well, you might actually need that to go through this show.
I might enjoy the show after I'm done this beer.
You should get a 6-pack before.
You know what, guys? I love this show. It's the best.
And then you go, what's that? Like how
What's that?
What's that? Oh my god, episode 5. We I can't believe we made it to episode 5 before canceling the whole thing.
Literally everyone else has. There's like there's channels like Screen Crush, and I can't think of any other people off the top of my head, but there's a bunch of there's a bunch of like YouTube channels that after I watch a show, I'll go and watch like their breakdowns and stuff, and like, oh, here's all the stuff you missed, and here's backstories, and here's like
wait, that's what this show is about.
Easter eggs. Yeah, I know. None of them are touching the show anymore. They did the first 2 episodes, and then they're like, fuck it.
Oh,
nobody's talking about the show anymore.
But you know what? We are consistent here. We're glutton for punishment here. We're one of the few that will stick it out.
Yeah,
no matter how much they're sticking it in us.
They're not sticking it in us, and that's why we're mad. Funny thing, I was lying beside them in bed, giving them the eyes, and they're not doing shit.
I was on Twitter this morning. I always go on Twitter. I don't care what anybody thinks of Twitter. I still go on it. But there was somebody that posed a question. They're like, how come people are not talking about Willow? And I swear to God, I was so close to writing a paragraph. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I just want to read stuff and get out of here. And it's just so hilarious.
That's what Twitter's for, is giving your unbridled opinion with no backup.
I don't want toxic fire back either. So
that's all what Twitter's all about.
I know. But Japanese Twitter rules. Yeah, man. What's up, 78? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, I mean, I'll answer that here. Why people aren't talking about, because there's one and no one's watching Willow, fellas. Yeah. Well, we're gonna watch it, okay? We're gonna stick through it. Like I said, 78. We're resilient here. We'll stick through the grime so that you don't have to, and you can just
we're more entertaining than a multi-million-dollar franchise made.
We probably are. I'll tell you that right now.
I know I've got better one-liners.
Let's be honest. Watching some sort of ASMR is more exciting than Willow.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. It is hot garbage.
Speaking of hot garbage, side note, sort of like something I watched recently. I was excited.
Wait. What is what is Nathan drinking there?
Oh yeah, Nathan, what are you drinking?
A tall glass of something.
Tall glass of peach juice or something?
Or shut up,
I have this German Stein here.
Ooh, you got a nice Stein. Das ist sehr gut.
I've made my own Radler. I've mixed it
with
an Oktoberfest beer.
Ooh,
and I have
it's
added
December.
Yes, I know. But I had it still in the fridge. It's been here for too long.
Hey! If there's a female in the cast, I actually think they're all good except for the curly hair freckles girl. She annoys the fuck out of me. Actually, they don't annoy me, but in terms of looks, the other two are not bad looking. They're good looking. They have potential, but the freckle face girl with the curly hair or whatever. I've seen her in other shows. She was also in the Winter Soldier Disney Plus TV show, and she was in Solo. She's terrible. Yeah,
Solo. She was good in Solo.
I never saw that much of. I didn't care, but anyways,
she was fine in Solo. I should say
she's a terrible actress. She can't act. She needs to just go away and find another job somewhere. Every time I see her face, it's the same. I don't like being here in this Hollywood era or this setting. I want more money. I deserve better. It's just horrible acting. She doesn't bring anything to this group. A lot of them don't bring anything to this group, but if
Foreman does, and that's about it.
If I was to pick of a hierarchy of people, she's at the bottom of that totem pole. She's the worst, I think. Of the
really,
what do you guys think? Who's the worst in your?
Kit is worse.
Kit
is worse.
She's
super annoying.
I was just gonna say she's whiny. Right above her.
She's below. She's super annoying. She's whiny.
She's annoying too.
But at least the what's her name? Hold on, I'm gonna bring up the
Jade. Right? You're thinking of Jade?
Jade, yeah. At least Jade has an accent that fits the setting they're in.
Cowabunga, dude, you told us to watch this show. You better be sticking it with us. Okay, I'm telling you right now, you better be watching it. And I want proof. I want to see you send screenshots of you watching the whole show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If we're doing this for you, you're doing it for us too, buddy. Sticking it in. All right. Justin, who's your worst?
Kit? Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, she just sounds like a valley girl. She's snarky and argumentative for no reason. She's like wanting to do all of this stuff and then gets mad at anyone who tries to help her. Just attitude for no reason. And yeah, at least Jade sounds and acts like she's supposed to be in this era and time frame and fantasy period.
It's a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, it's Disney Plus.
Do they have Disney Plus in Indonesia?
Yeah, don't they have Disney World in Indonesia?
Well, if you don't, our new potential a sponsor could be NordVPN, where you can be anywhere in the world and you can use.
Actually,
they got a Disneyland.
We actually have. We are in the worst of getting a sponsor, and it might be a VPN service. So please don't say that.
No, VPNs are awesome.
I don't know. VPNs in general are great. Especially when I went to China, I didn't realize you had to have a VPN to connect to basically like any Google service. I had an Android, so I couldn't tell my family like, "Hey, I landed. I was okay. I'm fine." For a whole week, they didn't know. I just was like, "Yeah, I'll message you as soon as I get there." Nothing for a week.
Yeah, it's not anytime soon, but there's a new company on the horizon. We might be getting sponsored by them, but they're still in the works. They're still building their brand and their infrastructure, but it's a new VPN service that hopefully by summertime, I know the owner, and the owner has said that they would sponsor us eventually down the road.
Nice.
So that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, back to this. I don't really want to go back to this, but the show.
But before we get into that, so I was waiting for Willow to start last night. And I have a secret that I will leave to the end of the podcast.
Okay, cool.
It's a big surprise. But I was waiting for Willow, and then there was a movie that I was excited about that I was like, oh, this is on Disney Plus now. Cool. And it was Amsterdam, and it has like 1 million people in it. It's got it's got Christian Bale. It's got who else? Margot Robbie is in it.
I heard about this.
Yeah, anyway, it's ass. Do not watch it.
Wow.
I was gonna see it in theaters, and then my girlfriend was like, "That looks like it's really boring," and I was like, "No, it looks like it's one of those." Ocean's 11 or like Wes Anderson movies, like it's a timepiece like in the 30s about this crazy doctor.
Is it Denzel Washington's son's in there too?
I don't know. Maybe it like everyone's fucking in it. Robert De Niro's in it. Chris Rock's in it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Batman. What's his name again?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Denzel.
Yeah.
That's Denzel's son right there.
Oh, cool. It's a shit movie.
Wow.
I was like, why is nobody talking about this? And then I looked up the director and what he's done, and he's done nothing but terrible trash movies. And it was like he was wanting to be like, I can make a Wes Anderson style movie, and then he just doesn't know how to write dialogue, doesn't know how to make like cool artistic camera shots, because they all just look very amateur, and the dialogue is so bad, and it's the only movie I can think of that I turned off in the middle.
I feel like Hollywood's gone. Like I feel like Hollywood's gone either the connection route or the cheap route. And what I mean by that is, hey, you'll get a big gig if you're friends of so and so,
right?
And you kissed ass for so long, you get it.
It's always been nepotism.
And then it's also the cheap route. Okay, let's not get Scorsese. Let's get Wish.com Scorsese.
Right.
Because he could do the job bare minimum, and we'll throw in a bunch of high-end celebrities in there, and we'll put a killer trailer out there, and we'll suck in a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's all we need to do. We just need to fill the weekend seats at every theater, and we'll make our money back.
Yeah.
And everything else is residual. Right?
Yeah, I think the movie bombed. They didn't make any money, and it's terrible. And it's the only, like most movies, even if they're bad, I'll watch them all the way through and then be like, okay, that's what they ended up with. This movie, I was just like, I don't care about this anymore. And then I just like immediately flicked to something else. And then I watched The Kingsman because I hadn't seen that yet. And I was like, oh, this is good.
What?
Yeah.
Which one? The first one?
No. Not The Kingsman, not the second one. The third one. The prequel.
Yeah, prequel. Okay. Yeah, the prequels, I think it's the weakest of the three.
I do too, but it was still really good.
Yeah, it's still good. Rasputin, man.
Yeah, that was super cool. That like ballet fight scene was really well done.
I love that actor too. He's really good.
Yeah, that was a great movie. But
let's
Amsterdam is garbage.
Now that we've got good taste buds, now we're gonna ruin it with this filth. So they start off the show with them in I don't even know how this came about, because didn't the last show episode end them walking?
Oh god, this is one of the reasons why I hated this episode so much. The last episode, I need to rant about this. The last episode,
go.
They kind of built it up at the very end. It's like, guess what? These two big bad guys, the Crones, I think they're called, or the Gales. Sorry, the Gales.
Who work for the Crone.
Two of the, they're all pretty cool looking. The design for them are good, but two of them are going to go for the girl. We know sometime during the next episode, most likely, we're going to have this big, cool scene, hopefully.
Yeah.
Instead of us seeing them go through the desert and get like stalked by these bad guys, or, have some sort of horror-esque kind of encounter with them, or even a cool fight scene, all of a sudden, we're somehow far away from where we just ended up, where last episode was some sort of deserty mountain, not mountainous, but desert canyon-y area, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
A rocky area. And also now they're in this, like, not quite a forest, but there's these ruins of a castle, running through it, being chased by the bad guys like some cheesy Scooby-Doo movie. One of them, I think, gets killed, but doesn't. We just get the bird lady just gets burnt with this flame backpack thing that we haven't seen. Somehow he just has it on him now.
Wait, the like flamethrower that Willow busts out?
Yeah.
Was that supposed to be? Was that supposed to be a magic spell that he shot out of his wand, or was that literally a flamethrower?
That was a flamethrower. Because there's like a little hole on the end of it too. It was a flamethrower.
I thought it was a spell. I thought it was magic that he was, and then, but then, yes, I know there was a hole in it, but I was just like, oh, I can see the hole. Like this is because they did it practically.
Yeah, but there's a hose connecting to the backpack that was so obvious. It had to have been a flamethrower.
No, there's a hose. There's a hose connected to a backpack.
Yeah. There's that. It was lame seeing them being chased, and then all of a sudden the bad guys are like, "Oh, we can't follow them in the forest." I don't want. If you're really going to start off the next episode and you want an action scene, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be the the thing that we teased you about the last episode. Turns out we're just using it to introduce the next segment of the story, which isn't actually. It's their encounter is not a big deal. I was so angry. I'm not going to say any of my scores until the end, but my score dropped dramatically at the start and maintained that position for a long time.
Maintain low altitude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the last episode, it was like this huge buildup, and that's why I was like, maybe it'll start getting better now, because now it's like everyone's kind of in dire straits. Shit's getting real, and they are no longer in the point where they have to like over-explain shit to us. And yeah, exactly. The wagon blew up.
So how did he end up keeping the flamethrower?
He had a Mary Poppins bag with him, and he just fucking shits out anything he needs to that the story requires.
He's got a bag of holding. He's good. He can do this.
Totally. This is D&D. He's got a bag of holding, and he rolled good initiative, so he pulls out. So then he doesn't have to waste 2 turns setting up the flamethrower. So since he rolled a natural 20 on his initiative, he gets to pull it out first before their attack phase.
Okay, can I ask a question? Did they at any point in the 5 episodes explain why these guys can't go in the forest?
No.
I couldn't remember that.
No, they didn't.
Maybe Cowabunga Duke can tell us.
Is this the same forest that they went into with the 2 like fucking gym teachers?
Nobody knows. They're just forests.
This is just another forest.
It's another forest. I guess they're allergic to fern. I don't know.
I thought, because when Dove, or whatever the fuck her name is, runs into the forest and they like kind of slow down and then stop, I thought they were like, oh shit, we don't want to go in there because there's this whatever giant fucking tree ant that'll kill us, or that's where the elves that hate us live, or something. Or there's a tribe in there that'll just fucking murder anything that moves. But then she just goes in and it's all happy-dory. And then they go in anyway. Because they end up in there and then kill the 2 ladies. So they stop and they're like, oh no, forest. Anyway, and then just go in. So
But those are the knights, though. There weren't those demon guys.
No, but they're still the same entity controlling all of them, I guess.
Maybe there's a loophole there. They're taking over the body. They can go through there. But regardless, there's no explanation as to why they can't go, in my opinion, the forest.
No.
Even if there was one, say it again anyways.
Yeah.
They could, Willow could say, hey, let's go through here because there's a magic shield that blocks them from going through.
No. He would say it like a 16-year-old in a high school play. Now, we must go into the forest. The evil can't withstand the powers that the forest has due to Anothriel the Third, who cast this in the 4th realm. Like, fucking okay.
I would have been happy with that at least.
Yeah.
Because then I would know what's going on.
At least trying.
You made a valiant effort. I don't understand any of it, but
it's like, there's
counts.
A thing, there's
the
a
effort
bit,
counts.
and they can't go in there. Okay, fucking whatever.
I thought water would suffice from this podcast, but I definitely need something stronger. So I'm gonna somewhere in the middle here go get a Mountain Dew. So not a sponsor.
Do the do.
But okay, so they go into this forest and
hold on. There's no reason the Cenobite. Who the fuck are the Cenobites?
The bad guys.
When was that ever stated that is their name? That name sounds cool.
Yeah, they mentioned it. Anyways,
okay,
but this is the problem. Like, this is a new story that doesn't have a huge background. Like, yes, there's a film that came out 20, 30 years ago, but the show is obviously for a younger crowd to bring them into this.
Absolutely,
more. So repetition is key. Repetition is key. Every time you need to repeat some of the stuff that you said in episode 1 and 2 and 3, just to remind new followers what these bad guys are, why the forest, they can't go in there. This is good writing that needs to be done to continue the story and have people still be interested in the story, right? So I don't understand why they can't just drop a line in there from Willow. Here is this forest, like you said, from the fourth dimension was protected by blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Just throw it in there.
Or that even just have like before an episode starts, just like previously on Willow, the Cenobites couldn't go into the forest because of the spells that they were on it, and then Kit just decided to be a whiny twat about everything.
This is not David Attenborough and the Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Get David Attenborough to just fucking tell me what just happened.
Oh man,
it's from Hellraiser.
Cenobites are from Hellraiser. Oh, that's the cage thing.
Yeah, they're in Willow. They're called the Gales. There's a
Gale.
See, I don't even know, and I don't even care if it's from Hellraiser. I'm like, yeah, it was in episode 1. I don't even care. Because you might as well call them Cenobites. Who cares? Like, there's no name, nothing, right? Whatever.
Yeah. Also, nobody's gonna like fact check.
Yeah, no one's like, hey, you got Cenobites wrong. It's from
actually, they weren't.
The only person that's gonna do is the biggest fan of Willow, which is Cowabunga Dude.
Yeah.
We're revoking your suggestion clause for 2023. I've already got a couple of shows in mind. The next show I'm gonna do, and you guys can join me if you want to. It's the HBO
Last of Us.
The Last of Us. I'm doing that.
I'm gonna fucking watch the shit out of that.
Okay, so we're gonna do that then. And
hell yeah,
we'll do it on any day we want to do it on. We'll probably do it on a Sunday if we have to do it on a Sunday.
Well, yeah, because they're just gonna they're gonna release all of them, aren't they?
No.
What's the release
weekly.
schedule?
It's weekly.
Oh,
it's weekly.
Fuckers. Oh yeah, it's HBO. They do that.
I'm joking. It's okay. I'm not really.
Unless it's good.
I'm just gonna double check every suggestion now.
Yeah.
So we'll Popcorn Chicken be on any day. It doesn't have to be on a Wednesday, but
no,
we're gonna do it on a Sunday right after Last of Us ends. So it's probably gonna be. We'll probably do it 9 p.m. on Sundays. Nathan, are you free at 9 p.m. on Sundays? You are now.
It's works kind of weird. It's not so much work like what time I have for that. I don't actually have HBO.
We'll help you with that. Don't worry about that.
We have the technology.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You can share my account.
Cheers.
Yeah, we'll do 9 p.m. on Sunday. It's not too late. It'll be a little earlier. We'll end by like around 10, so you can still get your sleep in for your school.
I should also just quickly mention this is how bad the Willow episode is.
We don't even care about it.
Yeah, we've chosen to just move on entirely. We're like, do you know what? There's more interesting things we could talk about outside of Willow.
Let me ask you guys in the chat.
Interesting thing. I got ugly sweater beer now.
Cowabunga's in the chat. 78 points is in the chat. Should we just not talk about the show right now and just talk about anything you guys want to talk about? Because I'm all for it. We can skim the show real quick right now. They go into the forest. They meet some people. They get a bang on party. There's like a whole lot of orgy going on. They're drinking beers. 2 girls kiss.
No. They
don't kiss.
It's sorry. Stereotype right before they get together.
It's a Bollywood movie. They don't kiss.
Yeah.
They don't.
No
kiss.
PDA.
The girl just shies away and runs back into the forest. And then the 2 of them have tattoos in the back, matching tattoos. They're
she's
sisters.
A bone grinder or something.
Oh, she's grinding something.
Bone reaver.
She's got a tattoo in the back and by her back at the lower back. So you know what that means.
Tramp stamp.
Yeah. And they love their sisters. That's
because she's a Valley girl. This is what I keep getting to.
Yeah.
She's just from LA.
What? How was I to know?
How was I to know an awesome movie would make such a lousy show?
Oh man,
we're not blaming you at all.
We're
just saying that this is your
fault. We're not blaming you, but we are blaming you.
Our pain is because of you.
Yes.
Let me quickly go back to what Elvin said about the tattoo thing.
Okay, go ahead.
That was strike 2 for me.
I really want to finish the summary in 10 minutes and talk about some other crap.
When they did that, when they pulled, for some stupid reason, so many crappy shows, really crappy shows, have got this brilliant idea of everyone's special. Everyone in this main cast, they're special in some way. And for her now, her uniqueness is she's actually a bone reaver, this horrible group of people that was going to kill them and like eat them and wear their skulls and all that just minutes ago. Now all of a sudden the good guys, these cannibals, all of a sudden she realizes, oh, now I'm special. I'm related to them. I am going to immediately throw away my whole life within seconds of learning this, throw everything away to join these guys who are going to kill my friends, who I think are the enemy. Join them, and they're cannibals. Join them. Think this is like my place now. This is my home. Ignore her mentor, which we died in front of her, and she has like a kind of emotional connection to. Ignore the quest. She was like the rational-headed person. All of a sudden, that's all out the window. So the two big things I hate about this moment, everyone's special moment, which I hate, and I guess that means everything in my past I don't care about anymore. This is immediately, within seconds, no debate, is immediately the most important thing to me. I hate it. That's just such bad writing, in my opinion. It's just, I don't think you guys realize how much I hate this episode.
Okay, let me ask you guys. Maybe I was sleeping when I watched this show, but what happened to Eric? We were left off with a cliffhanger in the last episode, and I'm thinking this episode they're going to continue off from where he was. No,
last episode it wasn't a cliffhanger. It was a reminder that he is a story piece.
He's still alive.
They completely disregard Eric for like 2 episodes or a full episode. Then at the end of one episode, they show him looking completely different. And for the first 5 minutes that he was on screen, I was like, who the fuck is this kid? And then I'm like, oh, right. It's the whole reason that everyone's the fuck outside. And then they just were like, well, we showed him once. Fuck it.
Yeah, okay. Here you go. Here's another episode. Nothing to do with Eric again. And I'm just like, what the hell? How do you show us him, turn it off, and wait another week for us to see an episode that has nothing of him in it? It just doesn't make any sense.
No,
it's just so stupid. If you're gonna do a cliffhanger, great, do one, but you better show me the next episode what I waited for.
Yeah, if you're gonna start,
it's stupid.
Like here's
I waited a whole week to see where he is,
why they're outside and doing this mission to save this guy. Oh, now he's in these ruins and there's some shit going down. Oh no. And then the episode ends and you're like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen to him. And then the next episode they're like,
Pardon me?
Who?
No.
I don't know.
Here's some village partying going on. Let's watch this instead.
Yeah, let's introduce Bone Reavers. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Just some skulls. They're evil. They're bad. It's like,
what's that movie?
I haven't even gotten enough of the first group of bad guys you showed me, which I think are fucking awesome. Oh, I watched a bunch of the Guillermo del Toro. What's it like? The Cabinet? No. The Cabinet of Curiosities or whatever. It's like a bunch of like horror stories. It's like Mystery Science Theater or like Tales from the Crypt Keeper, but Guillermo del Toro does it, so it's fucking intensely disgusting and disturbing. It's on Netflix. It's just like a bunch of short stories, like a bunch of short horror stories, and Guillermo del Toro does them, and it's fucking awesome. But again, the bad guys in this are like very Guillermo del Toro-esque, and like I love the character design of them, and I want to see more of the, what are they called? The Fjord or the Scourge or whatever the fuck they are?
Yeah, you named a couple of the Gales, the Dag, the God, what are the others called? The Lich and the Scourge. The Scourge, the Doom, the Dag, and the Lich.
Oh, Scourge is actually
the Lich is either dead or like banished. We don't quite know.
Sure. So don't review the awesome show.
Yeah, we just review shitty shows every time, right?
I mean, I'm totally fine watching just trash and yelling about it on the internet. That's arguably one of my favorite things to do.
I'm gonna go right at the end here, and then talk about the end scene.
Where, go for it.
Where these guys show up in the forest. Wait,
and there's butterflies.
But aren't those the same guys that couldn't go into the forest?
Exactly.
No, this is a different group. These are
how do you know that? How do you know this?
They did mention it. At the very end, Borman goes and he's like, trolls. And one of them,
you're right. You're right. Let's give
one of them was like George of the Jungle, freaking like flipped the trees and off he went. The other ones, this is one reason I'm going to give them at least a point here. I'm giving automatic a point for this. The costume design, not the makeup, because I hate the makeup for a lot of the characters, but the costume design is very good.
Okay, so what happened to our strong woman here, the freckle face woman? She was an awesome knight.
Jade.
She was perfect, and she can pick up a 40-pound sword with one hand and twirl it around like nobody's fucking business.
Yeah.
What happened to her? I saw her just going running away.
The story needed her to forget how to do all of the things that she's done in the last fucking 5 episodes.
I don't know, man. Like, what is she? Is she a strong female woman that I should get behind, or is she a damsel in distress? Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. What
she can be anything she wants, Elvin. She can be damsel in distress and a strong, independent.
How dare I? How dare I?
Woman.
How dare I question that? Ah, man, I don't know.
She's a Disney princess, which means she's fucking useless and also can do everything.
So now they have trolls going after them.
When she is.
Why are the trolls after them? Is it because of Borman?
We have no idea.
Sure.
Because he mentioned trolls and he got away from trolls in a.
Yeah, but he was lying about that, I thought.
Yeah. I don't know.
He didn't. He just
I don't know.
He didn't end up killing a bunch of them. He just hid in
crate full of shit, and then he got out of there. Who knows if he's lying or exaggerating? But if he's exaggerating, that means he still was captured by trolls, but not in the heroic escape that he's mentioning. So I'm thinking that he still was captured by trolls, and they'll probably spill the beans in the next episode of what happened to him, why he was captured, because he probably stole something from them.
Probably.
But what does that have any impact on the overall story? Like, it's just like they keep derailing from the mission every chance they get. They're partying in a village when they should be rescuing Eric, saving the world from whoever the lady is, the crazy queen, bad witch, whatever the fuck. I don't understand. Why are they sidetracking all the time? And then what's with this small little midget guys that he sees in the jail cell? They're from the movie. I know they're awesome in the movie.
Brownies? Is that what
brownies?
Yeah,
brownies. That's not racist at all.
I was just gonna say.
No, brownies. So that's actually like a thing in like folklore. Brownies.
It is.
But I understand they're in the movie. They're there for a reason. But how the hell did they end up in the jail there in the middle of the forest? And he happens to know them there. What are the what are the odds of them finding them there in that jail? And they know each other. It's so weird.
It's just
the one jail that he gets thrown in. They happen to be his friends in there.
Yeah,
it's the only jail in the area for little people.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't say that. You said that.
That's a stretch.
I think it is, yeah.
But like that.
Full disclosure, we're not making fun of any little people here, so we apologize for anybody.
Little people's the politically correct term.
We're just talking about the show and the fictional qualities of the show here, not in real life. So,
although
they
did make a comment about it, the brownies enemies. When it came to Willow, he actually did make a comment like, "Oh, for once, I'm like."
Just stop saying brownies.
Yeah, the fucking brownies kept talking about all the little people.
They did make the joke in the show, though.
Oh,
Willow was like, "I feel big for once" when talking to the brownie.
Yeah,
that's a terrible joke from Willow. Willow should not be allowed to talk. Oh yeah, man, this is a drinking game type of show. Every time they say something stupid, you just drink. That's how you get. That's how you enjoy this show. There you go, Justin. That's how you enjoy this show. Anything stupid happens that doesn't make any sense, you take a Nathan-sized glass and you chug it down. Justin's like, how do I formulate this?
You know what? I think next week we should do a live reaction to it where we all get on, like we all watch.
I'm in Cabo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the Cabo episode.
Next week's the Cabo episode.
Yeah, Cabo episode.
Because then we can yell.
You guys want me to tour you the hotel, show you all the pools? And
yeah, we'll do an MTV Cribs thing.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll walk around with my
kick
phone.
Your family out of the fucking.
I'll connect my phone and my laptop to the stream. The phone will just be camera facing outwards. I'll have my tripod set up.
Well, you got an iPhone, so you can do both.
Oh yeah,
You can do the front camera, and then it'll do the selfie camera in the bottom corner.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
I don't know iPhones, but I know camera stuff, and I know that they can do that.
Oh man. So yeah, that was the show, folks. That was a great review by us in record time.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed that review. The show's not over at all.
There's a few things we have to go over, like how she stole the wand and all of a sudden knows all these magical words and spells.
Okay, he tells her
you're
not
Dove?
ready. Yeah, Dove.
Yeah, Laura. Dove's like the romantic name that she has.
I still love the fact. I still love and hate the fact that that's what she's called on her IMDb page. Like when you look up the show, that's her character name. She was called it twice by Eric, who isn't even in the fucking show anymore, and he's like, I call her Dove, and it was like a cute thing, and then the show is just like, that's her character name.
And the dude that's shit. Okay, I'm gonna shock you guys right now. Okay, so I just went on RottenTomatoes.com, and they have. Okay, don't go there. Don't go on there. Okay. I want you to tell me the number that Rotten Tomatoes gave, the critics gave, and the audience gave.
Okay.
We'll go with the critics on what do you think they gave?
What is it? Like out of 10, out of 5?
It's a percentage out of 100.
Percentage? Okay, I'm gonna say 80% because I know a lot of critics were paid off and on this show to give the show a good review.
Okay, so okay. Don't elaborate. You said 80. Nathan, what are you saying?
I was gonna say either high 70s or low 80s, so kind of around the same mark. I'm gonna go 83.
Okay. Audience score?
40.
Nathan?
Funny enough. I was thinking the same thing. So just for a difference, I'll say 45.
Okay, so we'll go with the audience. You said 40, Justin, he said 45. The audience score is 29%.
I was being yeah. All right. So
the critics
we're not in the minority.
Justin said 80, right?
Yep.
And you said 83.
Yep.
The critics score is 85%.
Yeah.
It is a certified fresh.
So I know why. So there were a lot of critics who were paid, and this includes, so Rotten Tomatoes now is different than it originally was conceptualized as, because now it's a lot of like influencer reviewers and stuff. So, and that's why you see a lot of YouTube channels who talked about the first 2 episodes and then they didn't touch it like after that at all, because they were paid to talk about the show. So they were like, yeah, the first couple episodes, there's a lot of cool Willow stuff. Check out this for new Willow stuff. If you like the movie, you should watch the Willow show, because then Willow. I get paid every time I say Willow. And that's why it's 80 something.
And to that, all of you people got paid to talk about a show. Fuck you. We're never doing that shit over here. I don't care if Disney comes with me and tells me, hey, listen, I'll give you $1,000. I don't need your goddamn $1,000. Go fuck yourself. We're always going to be telling the truth over here. And if that is what you like, then come join us. But if you like those sellouts out there, I don't care who they are. I'm not going to name anybody because that's not what I do here. But if you want to go and listen to their unbiased opinion and paid out sellout opinion, go do that. We ain't doing shit over here. This show sucks balls. And I am just shocked. 85% my ass. This thing is not even close to 20% for me. It is one of the worst. I was
gonna say, like, if the audience review said like 40 something, I've been like, okay, again, we're not the demographic for this, and this is made for a younger audience. But the thing is, younger audience isn't watching this show. For $1,000, I'll say A&R is my favorite show. All right, sold.
That might devalue us, bro.
Nah, he's got credibility.
I love that dude.
This is a bad time to mention that we got an email from Disney.
That's why I'm shadow banned, probably, right? Yeah.
Stop talking about Disney.
Yeah, this is some horse shit, man.
Disney is the best.
When you see a discrepancy of this big of a difference between the critics and the fans, there's something obviously broken here. There's no way a show should be 85 to 29%. And there's a lot of intelligent people that are watching this show that are not critics.
Hold on, there's a 60% differentiation from the critics to what people think. That's
there's something
fishy.
broken there, honestly.
Yeah,
and
because critics are supposed to be a representation of the general populace, and they are tastemakers, so they are the ones who are
they're the
supposed
foodies of content.
Exactly. You watch them and you go, okay, they said this is good. I'm gonna go watch this. And what this show is showing is that the critics on Rotten Tomatoes have no credibility whatsoever. If there's a desperation or just disparity. If there's a disparity between critic score and audience score, that means fire all your fucking critics.
Wait, I should clarify something as well. Elvin gave us the number for all the critics, all the critics, but he didn't give us the number for the top critics. Elvin, do you still have the page open?
Yeah.
Oh.
Take a look at the top critic score.
How do I do that? I just click on the
see score details, and then it says top critics, and then
top critics give it 95%. 95%.
Do they have their names in home
No, of course
addresses?
not. Why would they put their names on there? Of course not, because they would get destroyed. It's the same thing that happened with Rings of Power. Same thing that happened with She-Hulk. It's happening all over. I would
rather watch She-Hulk.
I used to go to Rotten Tomatoes way back in the day and actually respect their scores because they were on point. I haven't gone once to this place to get any reviews prior to watching something in years. I just go here for some laughs. I do not.
I would go there for the audience score. Like I'd check that for like people's 100%. Reviews.
Yeah, see, exactly. Us OGs know that. I mean, 20 years ago, Rotten Tomatoes was actually a fan site where you can go and hear honest opinions by other movie, TV show lovers. Now it's just a page that someone's getting paid tons of money to, drop shit on.
That's true. The audience score can be like DDoS'd or like spammed too, but not enough people are watching this show to spam something.
But going back to the critics, all the critics, 51 people rated it fresh. 9 out of all of the critics, 9 out of those 60 total rated as rotten. So there are critics that disliked it, and out of the top critics, so there's 21 top critics. 20 of them rated it fresh, and only 1 rated it rotten. So
kudos to that person that did.
Yeah. It's a lot of respect for the people that actually recognize that this show is horrible.
They probably didn't get paid.
They were very upset. They're like, this is not worth whatever you are willing to pay me.
Yeah, no, the difference between the two scores is it's really there's something definitely broken here. And it's embarrassing because this site used to be a respected site. Now it's a shell of itself, and nobody really gives a crap. I mean, nobody that's been watching this site diminish for 20 years now.
I'm updating the tags to this stream, and I'm just gonna actually share my screen, because I realized, I was like, you know what? Nobody's actually talking about this show. So I updated the tags to be Willow episode 5, Willow review. Is Willow good? Should I watch Willow? Why is Willow bad?
Perfect.
Things that people are going to be searching for if they are searching for the show, which they're not.
That's assuming if people are interested or watching.
But the couple people who are going to search for why is Willow bad, here's why.
Yeah, it's really bad. Do not watch this show. Let us watch it and tell you how terrible it is. You're probably going to get more entertained watching us talking shit about it than actually watching it. No one is searching Willis. Yeah, the numbers of our episodes dictate that really well.
Yeah, I searched for it. Okay, wait. Let's do the scores.
Yeah, let's do the scores, and then we can
Elvin
randomly talk shit about other stuff.
Yeah, Elvin, you go first.
I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's just 5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think you should save me for last for this one. You go ahead.
You
Justin.
for last?
Yeah, save me for last.
Oh, he's got a rant coming. I have a feeling he's got a rant.
So I'm gonna reveal my secret. I didn't watch this episode.
Shut up.
My two reasons.
That's not cool. You gotta go watch
Two reasons. My Disney Plus was actually broken. I tried watching it and it refused to load anything. So I read a synopsis. I tried to look up and watch as many YouTube videos as I could, which there were none. Which is also why I was like, nobody's talking about the show, because I couldn't find anything about this fucking show. Because I tried. Because again, my Disney Plus was broken. I need to contact Disney support. And so I like read a synopsis.
Even on your phone?
Computer, TV, phone, nothing. My Disney Plus is just broken. My account's broken. So I got to contact them.
I think somebody hacked into it. That's why they shut it down.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, but I mean, I got like everything I know about as much as all of you know about.
That's not cool, man.
I wasn't able to watch it.
But you have a very valid reason, so I'll that's
But yeah, I got as many clips and review videos as I could, which there are about 4 on the internet.
Nathan?
5 now. All right. Here's my I didn't see it either. No, I'm just kidding.
Like both of you.
No.
I tried to watch it.
I can. Okay. So,
by the way, we should tell people that if you have kids around, do not be watching this episode around your kids. This is an explicit show. If you want to watch censored shows, watch the A&R Weekly, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. We just did episode 99 with some guests, and it was fun. We were taking a week off.
Fuck you, Cowbunga, dude.
Now Jessica watched it.
You know what? Maybe that'll be better, because then maybe I'll get like 2 episodes, and then I can get into the story more.
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know.
Okay, whatever.
Maybe
Tell yourself whatever you need to do to watch it on the phone together. We are taking a break from A&R next week, but Popcorn Chicken is still firing through. Next week will be from Cabo. So hopefully my internet's good.
I'm going to do a green screen for me. And
there you go.
Myself.
And Nathan just gets some tropical colors in the background.
Yeah.
You have a tropical lizard. You might as well bring him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's a desert lizard, but I've got this dead tropical plant.
Perfect.
I like how you have the dead plant sitting in it.
Do you not?
I couldn't throw it away.
I don't even have any plants in my house.
Yeah, neither do I.
I have a dog. He's going to eat it all.
Yeah.
So A&R not next week. We're taking a week off, but we'll be back first week of January as our 100th episode. It's going to be awesome. So some prizes to give away. Maybe I'll see. But
I'll come on.
Yeah, come on. Why not? All members are welcome to come on from the team, just to shoot the shit. I think some of you guys
are on the 2nd.
Yeah, it's the first Monday of January. I need you to, along with some other members, to clip some things from our past videos.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, so if you guys can take a couple of videos each and then surprise me and D with some clippings, that'd be pretty cool.
100% know some stuff to grab.
Good. Do it. Okay, I got to watch Avatar. I watched it.
Oh,
I watched Avatar 2 with my kids on Monday.
Hold on. Did you see the Ryan Gosling SNL sketch about Avatar? So there's a sketch where he just is like downtrodden and depressed because he realizes that they just used the papyrus font for the logo.
Oh,
really? It's this long-winded sketch where Ryan Gosling's just like, they just like went into like Windows, like Word, and they just selected papyrus. It's a multi-billion-dollar, and they don't think anyone would notice. But they made a second one. It's better, right? And they're like, oh yeah. And then he looks at the logo and he's like, it's papyrus.
What's the big deal though? I don't get it.
It was just funny because they just used like a stock font for this billion-dollar movie.
Yeah, they didn't make their own font. You're saying,
yeah.
Okay.
Before we go into it though, I need to give my review. I did watch it.
Oh yeah,
I did watch the episode.
What's your number?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't.
No worries.
That's why we don't care so much for the show. We don't even care about the scores.
I'm just thinking because like
I'm sorry.
I don't want to sing a 2-set track first.
Go ahead. Go.
I'm very surprised that Elvin has rated this so close to Andor.
Shut up.
I've given
Shut
this
up.
I'm
allowed to hate things.
No, but again, we talked about this last week. They're not in comparison to each other. Like,
they're not.
Yeah, I mean our scores. Like it's just a gauge on if it's getting better or worse.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing.
But Andor overall, Andor I think was a higher tier of show than this.
Andor is a TV show. This is a high school play.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh,
But yeah, so I'm giving this one 2 out of 10. This is the lowest.
Wow.
I've given
I don't think we've ever
anything.
given a 2 out of 10 for anything from anybody in our team.
No.
You've never, Justin, you never said 2. You said 3.
I've said 3s, yeah.
You've never said 2. I know
No.
that for a fact.
Yeah.
I know D has never said 2. Who else? Chris has never said 2. I've never said 2. You're the first person in our team to say 2. That's no, you can't.
I'll give my reasons. First, I'll set up the stage here a bit. I was outside in the snow for hours at work earlier.
Oh,
moving stuff around. For reason, I haven't been driving around because of the snow. My car is not good in snow, so I've been walking everywhere.
Yeah.
Walked 20, 25 minutes back home. Got the bath going. Got a really hot bath. I actually boiled water to make sure it was like steaming hot. I got my iPad all set up. Got the episode. Watched it. What the heck, Justin?
Sorry. Trying to get an air horn. There we go.
I got it all set up, expecting this episode to be better than last week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because last week was actually a good episode, generally. It was better than the previous ones we've gone. I thought we were on an upward hill, and we weren't. Immediately, I've already mentioned this on the podcast, but immediate disappointment. We don't get to see the Gales have this build up throughout the episode of them stalking.
Did you say Gales or gays?
The Gales, Gales, yeah.
This show just needs more gay.
It would probably spice it up. I'm telling you that right now.
It would be fucking way better.
The parties would be a lot lit.
Of that than
the
a
parties
lot
would be
shows.
lit.
But immediately off the bat, didn't like it. I hate when shows do that because they're just trying to like they couldn't think of a good reason to really introduce the main fight here. There's so many ways they could have made it interesting. Screwed it all up. Threw in 2 of the Gales. I nearly said gays now because of you guys. two of them.
It's okay, just say it. Nobody cares. Everybody's welcome.
So first, hated the intro. Then the next thing I hated was like the tattoo thing on the back of the net. Absolutely hated that. She immediately forgets everything was bad. So that was another thing that I hated. But I can't describe how much I hated that. I immediately saw that coming. And instead of making the character interesting, Jade being like all conflicted, it sounds like the start of Pentos form letter.
Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I hated that so much that this was just the whole episode was shitty writing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
The only time I actually thought that there was a funny part that I actually like chuckled at was the joke that what's his name, Grayson had when he was like all clean shaven. The guys are just shaved.
Yeah, I didn't understand
Graydon.
that part. Like, why did he even want to shave his beard?
He's trying to change his image up to look nice for Laura, and then when he asked him like, "Oh, girls like this, right?" and he's like, "Oh no, they like beards." And I thought that's kind of funny because then he was freaking out a bit because they just shaved his beard and he's trying to look nice for a girl.
But shouldn't he be asked that question prior to shaving his beard off?
True. I just thought it was like, obviously it was kind of weird, out of place. But I thought it was like one of the highlights of that episode. It was just that little comment about the shaving thing. Other than that, there were no high points. There were no interesting parts. It was just crappy writing. And the end, I also thought as soon as they expressed their feelings towards each other, and they're about to kiss, I'm like, 100% something's going to happen that's going to interrupt them. And that's exactly what happened. The trolls looked cool, but immediately they flew off into the trees like Spider-Man and ran off. And that's how the episode ends. The whole buildup in the last episode with the Gales doesn't matter. They're gone. Trolls are here now. They're the big thing. This whole episode, we never learned about the Force. We never learned about the Bone Reavers. there's a lot of fake lore just like pushed on us like we should know it. Lots of it this episode. It was just a nightmare. I really disliked watching this episode, and I was in a good mood looking forward to it as well. So that's why I'm giving it 2.
You know what they should have done with this? They should have brought out a book first with all the details in it, because a book you can go more in detail, right? You can write more depth. They should have made a book of this show and then bring out the show afterwards, because then you would have a little bit of a following of people that read the book and actually know some of the stuff, and then watch the show as sort of like a speed run through the adventures. And whenever they mention certain things, people who read the book, they're like, yeah, I remember that part. I know why they're talking about that. It's just so bad.
Or you do what Netflix does a lot of the time, is they bring out like an animated short.
Yeah.
Where you have like a bunch of like
a prequel,
5-minute animated prequel that's just like, here's like a lore dump.
Well, Disney just did that with the Star Wars stuff, didn't they?
Exactly.
The
like
shorts.
So like, I don't know why, especially again, the fact that the movie came out almost 40 fucking years ago, and there isn't a huge fan base of this. Like there are, again, as we talked about in the first episode, like
there are people who
there are people who watched the movie and who loved the movie. But if there was a huge cult following, it wouldn't have taken 40 years for somebody to make something of it. There would have been animations of it. There would have been TV shows about it. There would have been games. There would have been books. Like,
it's Disney just looking down the well, saying what we can throw onto the stream.
This is absolutely Disney just being like, Game of Thrones and
Lord
of the Rings
we
are
own
coming
this
back.
Shit that's in the back.
Fuck.
Of the,
this is in the closet.
Yeah, let's just bring this out. It's content because we need to keep the subscriber count up. So that's what it is. Are you trying to burn our eyes?
No, we got
Rock Bells.
Is that what it says?
Rock the Bells. Oh.
Rock the Bells.
And they've got Rasputin or Angry Santa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is Rasputin almost.
Yeah. It's all these iconic bad guys. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, I watched Avatar. Did you guys watch it at all?
No.
My brother did, but I haven't yet.
Okay. Holy fuck, is it ever long? 3
How long
hours,
is it?
3 hours and 20 minutes.
It's too long.
I'm telling you right now, I was just sitting in my seats and I'm just going, when is this thing ending? When is it ending? It just drags and drags and drags. It's visually you've never seen anything as beautiful as this ever in your life.
Sure, that's all the first one was, though.
It takes what the first one did and cranks it up 3 notches. Right. It is absolutely stunning. The water visuals are ridiculously good. It's so believable.
Yeah.
Right? But that's all this is. This is a bright, shiny thing in the sky. And that's it. There is no substance to this show, this movie. But the story is the same story. People from Earth coming here and destroying the environment.
So it's
and we
Fern
must fight
Gully
back.
to this again.
It's Jake Sully and his
Pocahontas again. Okay. So when the first Avatar came out, everyone lost their shit, and it was like, "This is an amazing." And it's like, sure, the visuals are great, but I've played video games all my life. So like amazing, stunning visuals that like, oh, you really feel like you're there, really feels like it's real. I don't give a fuck about that because like I've played games that are like, holy shit, this looks good. And you remember the movie Final Fantasy that had nothing to do with the game series?
No, I don't remember that.
It was an animated movie that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And it was like a fully 3D animated movie, but it looked like live action. After that movie came out, I didn't give a shit about 3D animation looking real because I'm like, okay, we've already hit that point. And in a lot of you watch any Blizzard cinematic or like cutscene, and you're like, holy shit, this looks amazing. The fidelity, the graphics, the textures, the animation is all amazing. watching a movie for the sake of it looking amazing is not enough. And when I saw the first Avatar movie, like I saw it in 3D, and it was, for the time, one of the best 3D movies because it was made with that in mind. And now when movies do 3D, they all look like Avatar. They're all made with 3D in mind, and it's not just like, oh, we have a scene where my hand goes forward and you go, whoa, and then we've got particle effects in front that kind of float and you go, whoa, but I have a fucking Oculus Rift. So like shit flying in front of my face, I don't care about that anymore. So now they're like, we're gonna make Avatar 2, and I was like, holy shit, I don't care. And then because like the story didn't blow me away because it was just Fern Gully or Pocahontas or whatever.
Dances with Wolves. Identical.
Dances with Wolves. Absolutely. Yeah. The show. Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, but this one's underwater. We're going to do all this water stuff. And it's like, whoa. Okay. I've played video games. I've played video games underwater. I've seen what it looks when you do good water physics.
I've played Super Mario. I know what it's like being underwater.
Yeah, I know.
But okay, just like you mentioned about Black Panther, this wasn't a movie for you, you said, but it was for somebody else. This is for a lot of the adults, the older people that don't play video games, that don't inundate themselves with amazing visuals. This is for them, and this is not This is not for kids either.
If it is for them, why would the last movie they just redo a plot that probably all of the older people have already seen?
Wait, so this is a boomer movie?
Yeah. This is not
I
for
never
kids.
thought about that way.
This is not for kids. Like my youngest son was actually passed out in the theater.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
He's like, this is like he watched it because of me, because I'm like, hey, let's go watch it.
I thought Top Gun was a boomer movie.
Yeah, it was, but a lot of kids liked it too.
Yeah,
who doesn't like jets?
Wait, I didn't watch the new Top Gun. Was it super homoerotic too?
No.
Okay, then it's bullshit and it missed the mark.
But
the first Top Gun is all about being gay. That's what the first Top Gun movie is about.
I see what you're saying, but that's not how I took it.
It's it's an allegory for being in the closet.
I see your angle. But I see
all just ripped dudes playing volleyball, being bros, and hanging out and saying "fuck you" to pretty ladies.
Well, this one though has got.
I don't know about that.
Top Gun Maverick. I was gonna say Top Gear. Top Gun Maverick's got this weird thing about it though. It's the main characters in it though that we've seen from before are older now, and it's kind of them still. Some of them still living in this past. Tom Cruise's character still living kind of in his previous glory days. A little bit now he's been pulled back a little bit. He has to go back to Top Gun and teach.
It was my number one, I believe, movie of the year.
You did say that,
yeah.
It was a good
movie.
Cowbunga Dude brings up a good thing. It's on Paramount Plus tomorrow. Yeah. What else is on Paramount Plus? Why should I pay money to Paramount?
Paramount Plus. So they got that new iCarly thing.
Goody gumdrops.
I'm sorry, what?
I grew up with it, so that's something that I was interested in.
You said fast.
iCarly.
iCarly?
Yeah.
So
it was a thing on Nickelodeon.
What the hell is that?
It's a Nickelodeon show that was really popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Trek?
Star Trek is bad. Star Trek is bad.
Wait, whoa. Are you talking about like the original trilogy?
No.
Trilogy, the original.
The new Star Trek TV show is garbage. That's my opinion.
Wait, is this the new one with Jane? What's her name?
It's stupid.
Jane Foster?
I'm just joking.
Jane Foster, what? No.
That was Jodie Foster's sister.
Anyways.
But no, Jane Foster, sorry. I made some people
all the new Star Trek stuff, I try to watch it. Chris Pine, I believe it is. Right? Chris
Pine? Yeah.
Strange New World was okay.
Strange New World.
I don't know. I personally didn't like it.
The Star Trek thing.
It was okay. It started off well,
and
then it just went downhill for me. It fell off a cliff for me. I stopped watching it. The other one with the girl from Walking Dead who went to do her own Star Trek TV show, Discovery, I think it is.
Mhm.
That was good the first year, and then after that, it just fell off a giant cliff. I don't know what it is. People just they can't come up with good stories or compelling stories, or
Yeah, they can.
or maybe the market is just so saturated.
No, it's just that we have access to everything at our fingertips.
Did they need 3 Star Trek shows?
There was 3 Star Trek shows
No,
before.
right now there's 3 Star Trek shows.
Isn't there
Okay.
4 right now?
There's an animated one. Then there's these 2 I just
That doesn't
talked about.
count.
There's Picard.
Well, on their list it does.
I know. I'm just saying that's a different medium.
I want to see. I think it's called The Offer. Have you guys seen the trailers for that?
No.
So it's on Paramount Plus, and it's the story behind.
Do you own Paramount Plus?
No, I don't.
Okay, good.
I was considering it,
Slapping
but because I've got Netflix and Disney Plus, most of the shows I watch are between those 2 platforms. So I'm not going to get a.
You can use a
another
VPN
platform.
and you can watch some of the stuff on Netflix.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's Yellowstone.
British Netflix has a lot of stuff that US and Canada one doesn't have.
There's
yeah.
Yellowstone. There's 1883, SEAL Team, whatever the fuck, the Halo TV show, which is ass apparently.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Halo.
Evil, Queer Universe. Oh, good. Sonic 2, Secret something. The Godfather, because
all the
the Godfather and The Offer, which is the story about them making the Godfather.
Oh,
and I want to see that.
Yeah,
because it's actually like the real mob was like involved. They didn't like it or something like that.
Oh, Jackass Forever.
I hate that.
Oh, Ghost Protocol.
Transformers, Earth
and
Spark.
then whatever the fuck that movie is with Sylvester Stallone that I keep seeing clips about.
Rocky.
Oh,
no, where he's like some New York fucking.
Yeah, that's on Prime. That's Amazon Prime.
No, it's on Paramount Plus.
What?
But if it's on Amazon, I mean, it's his fucking face on their website.
Oh my
Is
god!
it something with the S, the letter S, right? The something I forgot. He's a superhero. He's a superhero in the Amazon one.
Is he? No, there's another one where it's like some mob movie or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Have you guys? Oh, Tulsa, is that the
what
one?
Is on Paramount Plus? There we go.
Alvin, have you seen they've got a Transformers cartoon as well on Paramount Plus?
Tulsa King, that's what it is. Yeah,
I heard that's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, good. Love Actually. I will definitely pay you to see. Oh, South Park. Cheers. Zoolander.
Oh,
You know what show we should definitely talk about is the Invincible animation. It's coming out. Season 2 is coming out on 2023.
Titanic. NCIS. Oh, you can pay them $20 a month to watch fucking NCIS.
You know what's really good? It's the Terminal.
Oh, CSI Las Vegas is on Paramount Plus. Better sign up now.
You should watch the Terminal List on Amazon Prime.
Green 5.
Chris Pratt's in there. It's really good.
Oh, Apollo 13. There's nothing on Paramount Plus. Oh, NCIS Hawaii. Forrest Gump. Almost Famous. I don't see anything that's on here.
Yeah, Invincible is so badass. Have you guys seen Invincible?
I've seen a lot of clips, because I tried to watch the whole thing.
It's on Amazon Prime. It is.
Oh, it's with
Stephen
Ewan and J.K. Simmons,
good.
Mark Hamill, Zachary Quinto. Holy shit! There's a lot of people in this.
Justin, if you watch this, you're gonna be in shock how good it is.
I will.
Mark Hamill's
that.
For
that show, I have gone through the comics. Like I know the whole plot.
No, the comics
they changed from the comics. Yeah, I know they change it, but there's guidelines.
I might have personal reasons why I don't want to fucking watch this show.
Which show?
Invincible.
Why? Oh,
I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, I already know. No, you gotta watch this show.
Nope.
This show's so good.
I'm not supporting any fucking person who ever had anything to do with making this TV show.
Okay.
Mark Hamill? I'm just sorry.
No. His ex.
But I got personal things from Mark Hamill because of this show. From Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it speeds up things in certain parts. Yes, I'm gonna review the shit out of this when part 2 comes out. Me and D probably will do it.
Do it.
Anyone is welcome to jump on, do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking awesome show. First season is just a banger. It was last year's. It was one of my favorite shows from last year.
It's also one of the most like gruesome. The last episode.
Oh fuck! It's violent.
Fucking...
Holy shit!
Shoving Mark's head through a bunch of people.
I had a couple of friends who are like sort of on the fence of watching animation because they think they're adults now and they don't need to watch it. So I told them, just fucking watch this shit, okay? They come back, they're like, holy crap, this is awesome.
This is not for kids.
Yeah, they're like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, it's not your fucking Saturday morning cartoon, buddy. It was badass. Kurtman is the guy. Yeah, Walking Dead. Yeah, exactly.
It's not the sort of cartoon that you guys would talk about in the new podcast.
No. Well, this is going to be on its own. We're going to Popcorn Chicken. Like that's why we created Popcorn Chicken. We can do anything we want and talk about any show we want.
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And Justin can get drunk and say shit. That's why he loves this segment.
Yeah.
His attendance rating is 100% at this point. Anything else? Well, that's all up in the air, folks.
Yeah. I get to talk shit and have a couple bevs in my own house. I'm in.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are going to do January 15th. The Last of Us premieres on HBO.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
We're going to do that. We'll do it right after the show ends. So, I think the last Pacific time, I think, starts at 8 p.m. I think Eastern starts at 5.
Elvin,
I'm sorry?
Have you played all of the Last of Us?
No, I haven't played the second one.
Oh,
the first one I've played a good chunk of.
I cried like a
yeah. Don't shut up. Don't tell me anything. I know everybody's like I cried. That's the first thing I hear from everybody.
That is one of the most moving. Like the first one was so good. The second one, I also have been avoiding all trailers. I'll
DM you some trailers there, 78. Don't worry.
Yeah, right when I heard that Mando is playing the main character, I was just like, okay, I'm in.
Pedro Pascal, you mean? Not Mando? He has a name.
No, Mando. Daddy Mando.
By the way, on Monday's episode, I had one of the biggest Boba Fett fans. His name is Ernie. He's from the Toy Migos channel. And he's a huge Boba Fett fan, and he thinks Boba Fett is better than Andor. Take that in your pipe and smoke it.
I'm gonna spend some time.
You said 8 out of 10. Don't you even lie.
No. I'm gonna rewatch both of them because from my opinion and my memory right now, I think I like Andor more, and I think that will just solidify it.
78. What do you think of Andor? I want to hear his opinions.
Yeah.
See the smile? Wait for it.
Hey, get on a webcam. Come on in.
Hey, if 78 point, if you want to come on in here, or Cowabunga, dude, just jump on. We're gonna talk some Christmas shit right now. Fuck that. Fuck Willow. We're gonna talk some Christmas movies that you guys love watching during the holidays.
2 out of 10. Fuck Willow.
Yeah. Eat a bag of you know what.
Dicks.
Yeah. You'll find it in some dimension that it goes raining dicks. Send him the link. Send him the link. I'm gonna go get a drink right now. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is gonna be more than a link. You need like the login info, and also I don't know how to contact him.
You just copy the link and send it to him. I'll be right back. Be right back.
All right. Well. Invite. Copy. Okay. 78 points. I'm gonna send you this on Instagram right now. Okay.
I was just imagining you guys posting it into the chat for him, and then he's opening the floodgates.
Shit. Hold on. Let me put this in Discord. Send it to myself. There was a hot second where I almost did. No, don't mention myself. Oh God. Whatever, I'll just post it in.
But yeah, Justin, when you get to watching the episode, honestly, this was so bad. Like, not just for Willow, just TV in general.
I try. So the stuff that I looked up online, because again, I was on Disney. Like, I don't go to sleep until like 5 a.m. most days. tried to find it. No, don't just copy it. Copy link. Okay, 78 points. I'm sending it to your Instagram right now.
Oh man, this
God, Instagram
Mountain Dew
changed.
Zero Sugar sucks. Oh,
A lot of zero sugar drinks are like that.
Oh my god. No, Sprite's good, 7-Up's good, Coke's good, Pepsi's good, but this is ass.
Oh, Coke, Diet Coke. I'm not a fan of.
This
I think
tastes
Coke
like
Zero's good.
This tastes like
Oh, zero sugar. Yeah, like if you're drinking
tastes like
zero sugar
Buckley's.
Mountain Dew, there's no fucking point. All it is sugar.
Fuck. Who the hell bought this shit?
You.
You probably.
No, I didn't buy this. Somebody told me to buy it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Another complaint about Willow. Anytime.
Yo!
Oh,
Yo.
Hello there.
You
Hello
want to
there.
introduce yourself to these two gentlemen? They don't know you.
I know.
Yeah, is it working in my mic? So
Yeah, everything's
We
good.
can
You're
hear
good.
you.
Nope, no, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
What is up?
Everything is fine.
You're at work. That sounds like your laboratory down there.
Yeah, it's raining. It's fucking pouring out here.
It's
Monsoon
like
weather.
there's like 4 feet of snow outside my fucking door right now.
He's in Indonesia.
I'm
Oh,
in
I know.
Indonesia, tropics.
Oh, shut up.
We're in a rainforest too.
Yeah, Andor saved Disney this year in some ways.
In some ways, but it's still a bag of you know what.
Having said that, it's also probably the most un-Star Wars show ever.
I agree.
Yep.
I do agree. Like I
There
don't
was no
disagree with
Force
that.
mentioned. Hardly mentions of Jedis.
Which
no
is why I hate it.
lightsabers.
That's why I loved it.
AK-47.
That's why I loved it too. The AK-47 thing also pissed me off. Absolutely. As
Oh,
like a set deck thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I talked
Rogue
about
One
that.
is the best Star Wars movie outside of Empire.
Yep.
Yeah, so it hit all the things for me. I do say though, as a weekly release, in the middle it dipped. Got a bit slow, dragged out. The prison stuff was like really nothing much happened there. Should have condensed it. Guys who get to watch it in 1-2 sittings are enjoying it more probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it got
for
dragged
sure.
on a bit there. Yeah, no, it was
But
great. I
that's-
look forward to the rest. The casting was exceptional. Outside. Yeah.
You're talking about Willow too?
K2SO's kind of first thing was good.
Listen, we brought you
Kind of
into.
first- Is it K2SO? Is it the
Yeah.
K2SO or is it just one of the droids? I don't know.
I think it was just one of the droids.
Yeah. So that
Because
was cool.
like subtitles they would have put like KTSO or K2SO
oh
says
yeah, I
this.
didn't geek out that hard. I didn't go back and check the subs.
Oh yeah. Well, the
Listen,
thing with
listen. We brought you in to talk about Willow here, okay?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Willow.
did we?
No one's watching.
No, we did
that
not.
shit,
I'm just
man.
joking.
So the thing with Star Wars
Like,
He
content,
wouldn't even accept the link if we said that.
no.
He's like, no, I'm going to work. I'm going to work.
I got fucking taxes to do or something. Like fuck.
I'm designing bedrooms right now, so that's far more exciting than Willow.
Oh my god, it is a terrible show. Holy crap.
Yeah. So the thing with Star Wars content is like I grew up reading a lot of Star Wars books and novels, and some of my favorite ones were about there was a book, I don't remember the name of it. I think it was just called Maul, and it was about this guy who got hired by a bounty hunter to assassinate Darth Maul. And he was just a dude who lived on Coruscant from a broken marriage, who had like a son he doesn't talk to, and then he goes to like kill Maul, and there's this huge book about like him trying to find him and like doing all this work, and then he ends up finding him, and then he fucking just dies immediately, and there's this big monologue about his life flashing before his eyes, and it was a beautifully written book. And then like all the Star Wars, like the Jedi Knight games and like Kyle Katarn and all that shit, like that's my Star Wars. So now Andor is that version of Star Wars. Like there was obviously the original trilogy, but then for me, it was all the side stories. It was all the video games and all the books and stuff that were just like supplemental story things. So when I think of Star Wars, it's not necessarily like space wizards with laser swords, and it's like, well, I've seen enough of that. So when I get a break from that, and it's just like, here's someone who lives on Coruscant who their life is fucked up, and it's done well, I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Do you follow?
And it opens up a whole thing for what they're doing at Disney Plus.
Do you
Star
Wars hard?
It's not a Filoni-verse thing. Even though I like Filoni-verse, I enjoy it. I love Clone Wars. I love all that, but it's nice to get something else.
Yeah.
And it's not what's her name that did the last 3 movies?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh.
It's not her.
The one
Somebody
who's
assassinate her,
around,
please.
but it's not her. Yeah, it's not as heavy-handed.
Yeah.
I do find it funny though, like, just with the discourse, what's going on in the world, that we're basically supporting terrorists in this show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Like,
opening scene, he kills two cops, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, buddy, go get him!"
And there is something to be said because of the writer and his background.
Yeah.
Michael Clayton and all that. So it's a good show. It's a good show. It's not perfect.
No.
I think it was a really good show, and it gives me more confidence in what Star Wars or Disney Plus is doing with Star Wars than, Obi-Wan and Boba Fett. They oh my god.
Yeah, those were just like fan service. Obi-Wan was all they had.
Obi-Wan was terrible.
Yeah, there were some massive holes in that show. Production quality was good, but
sure,
Jesus.
Like you couldn't see the scaffolding behind sets like in Boba Fett.
Yeah,
but also they forgot to use the good cameras for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's just.
No one's gonna notice a girl underneath a trench coat.
No one. I know.
Wait a minute.
I was
watching
that.
Rascals.
I was watching that. I'm like, this is not happening. This is not happening. I'm dreaming this.
I watched it. I was like, okay, it's kids friendly. So I watched it with my 5-year-old. My 5-year-old enjoyed it. That's where it's at.
Sure.
It's a kids show, like real kids, like little kids,
But so was
my
Clone
9-year-old
Wars.
was like, yeah, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
Look past it, It's like you gotta be like, kindergarten level, and it's okay. After that,
but even like Clone Wars and Rebels is meant for that demographic, and they still respect their audience.
Yeah.
To then be like, not talk down to them because they're not like, oh, kids are stupid, we have to like over explain things. They still have nuance and stuff in those animated series where even like when they're older, they'll rewatch it and still be able to enjoy new things that they're discovering. But at face level, they can watch it and enjoy it. So like, and that's like the Filoni-verse is great, and I love how much of a fanatic he is, and like how many talk shows and like interviews he does just like talking about shit he loves in Star Wars, and it's like, okay, it's in good hands. So like whenever he's involved, like it's a breath, it's a relief to see when he's involved, because you're like, okay, he's one of the good ones. He's not just in it for money
too far.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think Obi-Wan shows that, like when they let it go to Kathleen Kennedy and all that thing, it just falls apart.
Yeah.
It was so badly done. And it just, for me, it was also to the point where it starts hurting your memory of the other films, your characters. It starts ruining them.
Oh, yeah.
Obi-Wan let Darth go and just commit mass genocide. That doesn't make sense.
That's the problem. That's the problem with prequels, right?
Like, what? You let him go? Now he's gonna literally blow up planets and shit? Like,
that's fine. I'm gonna go make a cave.
I know, because I'm sad. It's just man. No. It just didn't work for me. I mean, if we didn't have Ewan McGregor in there, that whole thing would have been worse. Like, he carried it. His acting carried that show.
Absolutely.
Everything
like the acting from Ewan McGregor was really good, and seeing Hayden Christensen, even though like they could have de-aged them a bit more, and it was kind of off-putting to see them like clearly in their 40s when they were like, we're 20. It's like, you're not, but whatever, I'll put the rose tinted glasses on and it'll be fine. So it was cool to see them. And then, but honestly, the only good thing that came from that show was all the press junkets that they did, and just seeing those two actors together, just being like, "Hey, buddy, oh, it's good to see you again. Oh, I love you." Like that was the best thing about that show, is just seeing Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor just being fucking homies again.
Mm-hmm.
What was he carving in the desert? Like the Spam shit, like carving a carcass of a giant whale, space whale or some shit.
Fuck,
I don't even
Something
remember.
like that.
I don't even remember the show.
Great
anymore.
Dragon. I don't know.
I don't know.
I tried to delete it out of my database.
Bantha.
Yeah. Banthas.
So let's talk about Last of Us.
Oh,
Good game.
great
Amazing
game.
game.
I've never
Both
finished it.
games.
The,
Both games.
the sequel. Now, Elvin, you might not like the second one.
Especially the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it get all wokey on me? It better not get all wokey on me.
No,
Whoa.
it
She-Hulk's
doesn't.
in it.
No. Actually,
There's a green lady you
Not
are walking
green.
in.
no. You might
Not
not
green,
like
but-
the second game. I do think the second game.
I'm not
Was
into
drawn
horror
on
and monsters
too
and
long.
shit like that. So
Yeah, I do
and
like.
and I already found the first one a little bit scary. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the second one
Scary.
I think ramps up a bit on that. The first one was
It's
fucking terrifying. Like the
First
brutality
one's
of
way
it.
more scary. Yeah, the second one's not as bad.
Okay.
I think there's a lot more. I mean, I think I know what scares
But
Elvin.
do you think I
There's
should
way
not
more
even
jump
play it
scares.
because it might ruin my experience with the show?
I think you. That's a good question, actually. I don't know if that matters because it's not going to be. I think it's a starting from like day one, and
But I haven't
Again-
finished the first game yet. I've only played like
Well, then
50%.
watch. Well, you're not.
I
Gonna
think
finish
it's gonna
game by
tell the
sh-
same
time The
story.
show finishes. It sounds like so. Watch
No.
the show.
are they starting like? Are they just telling the story of the games?
I've avoided everything about it.
Well, let me tell you. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I
Like
just,
I don't want
just
to know.
given
Like if they're retelling the video game, I might be a bit less inclined to get excited. So
just
Yeah.
I'm
given
not gonna-
how Pedro Pascal looks and how
Does,
Ellie
yeah.
looks, I think that's what's going to be happening.
yeah, it feels like that, doesn't
They
it?
might do
Just-
some subtle changes here and there, right?
Sure, they might just take like a general synopsis,
Because if they were to change the story, there will be a lot of people that'll be pissed off about it too, right?
but also if they're just going to copy and paste, there's going to be an equal amount of people pissed off.
Yeah, it'd be like
You're never gonna
why-
make
why
everybody
just do it?
happy.
No,
No.
Mhm.
But
All-
I can
all I'm
understand, 'cause
wanting-
the success of the games was the narrative, was the storytelling.
Yeah,
It
so
was
why not just copy it
exceptionally
then?
well written? The choreography, the cinematography,
Oh.
the design, all that was exceptional. The gameplay itself is actually not that
no,
Amazing.
the gameplay is
kind of easy.
Pretty
as fuck,
subpar.
I don't even like in the second one. I don't think I died once. You just play it.
yeah.
So
Hmm,
it's like interactive story movie time. So
It's
there is
like-
that question: do we need a TV show? But it was so good that I can understand why people would be like, "Hey, let's throw money at this and make it," because it was
Yeah.
popular and it should
Well, it's-
resonate.
It's very much like a lot of the Telltale games where they're just like, we're just going to do like essentially a what's that like that
Until
game
Dawn,
genre
the Quarry.
kind of, yeah.
Can we
Well,
just take
I'm
can
just
we just take a
thinking, like-
picture like this, Fair? Let's take a picture. Screenshot.
Yeah, the Until Dawn kind of like story, like narrative story driven gameplay. It was essentially that, but with a bit more gameplay. So it was like a point and click adventure game, but with a lot more with a crafting mechanic kind of thing. So like
Pretty much.
there was in the second one, there was a bit more, it was semi-open world, so you could do like more looting, and like there's the
True.
risk reward thing where you could adventure into different buildings and stuff to get different loot and whatever. The second one went on for there were so many false endings,
Yeah,
Um,
true.
and like there was a part where I was like, oh, this is done, and then it's just like, now you get to control a different character, and I was only halfway through the game, and I was like, holy
Yeah.
fuck, this is okay.
Yeah, no, it was really good like that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
but like you mentioned about the open world, the crafting, I didn't feel that paid off enough.
Sure, like it was still fairly literal.
Yeah. It's like like I'm making all these things I don't really need to.
Yeah,
Side
linear
topic here. I know Justin, you have a lot of free time. How the heck does this guy read comic books, collect action figures, and play video games? Like, how much time do you have?
I haven't played anything in a long time, man. My PS5 is hopefully arriving today, tomorrow.
Oh, you don't have a PS5 yet?
I paid for it last year when I was in the States. I got it from Walmart. I was visiting the family in the States.
Yeah.
Walmart delayed their shipment. Delayed. It came literally an hour after I left the country. It's been sitting at my in-laws' house since January, just sitting there. And my brother-in-law is visiting, so I'm like, "Yo, can we work something out?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And he threw it in his bag.
Can we bring our PlayStation 5?
And,
so will it work in Indonesia? Isn't it a different system?
No.
Still metric.
Okay.
As long as you're not in Myanmar.
Yeah, it all works. Yeah, it's still hard to get out here, and it's still like an import price. It's still not worth it.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I literally have games that I've bought that I can't play. So I haven't played anything except
the region lock. Oh no, because you don't have the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
No, I just have the game.
Nathan, you're
you don't have the thing to play it, right?
Say something.
Sorry, Elvin.
You're awfully quiet.
Oh no, do you know? So what I was doing, I haven't played the Last of Us games, and what I was doing, I was thinking, why haven't I played them? So I went back to see the years that the second ones were released, to see why I didn't play those games, and I realized the first one was 2013. The big game, the Returnal.
Returnal? I don't know. It was really cheap, and I bought it.
It tanked.
I haven't played it. It's good wall art.
I know. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty."
You're saying
it was like $5.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much are games out there?
Oh, they're about 10% cheaper than the States.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, we cut off Nathan.
No worries.
Check the time.
But in 2013, Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out, and that was my big
great
game.
Band.
I played. Hey, their sea shanties were fantastic in that game, but I played that game so much. I was ranked in the top 10 in the world for that game for a bit.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
And I've got a bunch of collectibles from that game too, hiding like somewhere. In that game, they got like a little blood vial, and I've got the replica of that. There's a limited number. I've got posters. I've got all this.
It's one of the game devs, and you can clone him if.
Oh, what are you, Angelina Jolie?
Yeah,
Was that Norton?
No, it wasn't
blood?
Norton.
Who's
Billy
blood?
Bob? It's Billy Bob.
Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, not Norton. Billy Bob Thornton. That's what I just condensed his name into a.
And I also didn't realize how far apart parts 1 and 2 were.
Yeah,
part 1 was 2013.
Oh yeah.
Part 2 was 2020. 7 years apart for in like the game world. Usually, it's the next year is when a game's released.
But
if the studio's big enough.
So they just re-released part 1.
A remaster of a remaster of a remaster.
Yes, because they remastered it already. So there was Last of Us was 2013. Then they did an HD remake of Last of Us Part 1, like 3 years later. And then they did Last of Us Part 2. But they had another like re-release because essentially they just remade it on because it came out on
every
PS3, right?
I think
it came out.
It came out on PS3. Then on PS4 they remastered it, and then Last of Us Part
HD
2
version came out.
Yeah. Then Last of Us Part 2 came out on the PS4.
Yeah.
And then they just re-released Part 1 again.
From all accounts, though, people are saying it's really gorgeous.
It is. No, and like everyone's mad about it in theory, but then they're like, you know what? I'm for the people who didn't get to play it, they're like, you know what? I'm glad I get to play it now in standard def nowadays. So because there was a lot of people who, oh sweet, we got free vert girls here. Sick. Thanks. 18sex.xyz.
Sorry guys, my girls followed me.
Followers of 78 has joined. The cause.
Well, you know, we're Alvin. We're making progress. We're getting the spam bots in here.
You know it, baby. You know it.
Yep. But a lot of people were upset about it. But then all the people who didn't get to play it originally are like, "Thank you for making it in a fidelity that I can give a shit about," because that's a big thing. Like old games, I'll go back and replay it because I grew up playing that shit. But like important games like that do need to get put into the current zeitgeist, because when kids are growing up and, you know, now they're starting to play games, and when there's important games like this, especially ones that are very narrative driven, it's not as immersive if you're like, oh, this looks like an old person game. And now the fact that Pedro Pascal is going to play the main character, now like people are like, oh shit, fucking, you know, Daddy Mando is playing this guy. I guess I should go replay the game.
He's a good actor, man. I really like him.
Oh, he is.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
You might have to change the title to Willow Episode 5/Avatar/ Last of Us special guest 78.
Yeah, no,
points.
let me
Put me on here, man.
let me update. Don't associate me with this shit.
Holy shit! Yeah, I don't want my followers.
I didn't
to leave
sign
me.
off on this.
Oh fuck! Oh, cowabunga, dude! Look at the mess you put us in. Watch Willow; it'll be good for you. You'll love it.
Oh, that was a mistake.
There, it's updated.
Man. Invincible will be a good one to do. A D is going to get really excited about it because he's got the reference with the comic books.
Yeah,
and
D will geek out.
There are some toys out there, but they're dog shit.
No, D actually made a Marvel Legends Invincible.
Yes, he did. That's right.
Yeah,
so he can showcase his thing. So that'll be a cool one to do, man.
Yeah, I want to do The Last of Us for sure on Sundays. Are you guys in? Sundays?
I'm in.
I can't do Sundays, man.
Oh, I know you're a busy guy. You're making the $1 million bills, right? So
anytime I'm not working, I can be here.
Cool. Christmas, anything you guys doing for Christmas? Anything?
Are you talking about the pub or just everyone in general?
Like, are you doing something? Like, are you watching something? You're gonna eat something? Like, what are you looking forward to Christmas, man?
I'm going out to my parents' place on the Sunshine Coast. My girlfriend and I are gonna drive out there Christmas Eve in the morning. For you? Sunshine Coast. So, like, there's Vancouver, right? Then there's Vancouver Island.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a peninsula above that's called the Sunshine Coast. You technically can drive there.
Because in Australia, there's a Sunshine Coast.
There's a Sunshine Coast. Yeah.
It must be a Commonwealth thing, eh?
Yeah, exactly. We just get
the British have a Sunshine Coast.
The Queen lets us just.
It's like you're allowed one, you're allowed
one,
you're allowed one.
And we've got sea shelter in there too.
Well, we are in British Columbia.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, you guys got reminded every day, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, we're gonna go out there. And my mom gets to meet my girlfriend for the first time. So
ham or turkey? What's on the table?
Probably both.
Oh.
My mom will probably do. Actually, she does a really good curried ham. And actually, I don't know. It's a surprise. We're gonna get pancakes. We're gonna get fucking drunk, and
there we go.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a grand old time. I think my grandma's there too. Like my mom's mom.
She'll be getting drunk with you as well.
Oh yeah. No.
Pour a little bit in the medicine cup.
Yeah. We don't do Baileys. We do Carolinas because it's cheaper, but it's the same shit.
78. What are you doing? Are you doing anything?
I got my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law and stuff are visiting. So we usually do this thing like around New Year's, like either we go to the States or they come, so we take turns. Mm-hmm. So last year we went there, so this is their turn to come here. So I'm just gonna be eating a lot of Indo food because they haven't been here for 5 years.
I heard Indo
They want to
street
go
food
every
is
day
amazing.
to a restaurant. Want to go somewhere, and maybe on Christmas we're gonna have some friends over, and I think I might cook a roast beef or something like that.
Oh man,
Nice.
Yeah,
Damn it.
No, it's all staying in town.
Where are they flying from?
They're from Arkansas, man.
Oh, okay. So they don't have
shit.
to deal with shitloads of snow.
No, but it did snow in November. Like that was weird.
Yeah, global
Really-
warming's not a thing at all.
I know it's right. Yeah, for them it's not. Look, it's cold.
Nathan, what are you doing?
I always cook a turkey with my mom.
Ooh.
Nice.
So gonna be doing that. Always enjoy that. No friends or family are coming over, just like immediate family. My brother makes cranberry sauce and stuffing. I do the turkey, and then my mom does some vegetables. It's just gonna be a quiet year this year.
Is that a good thing?
Do you know what? Because of the snow, I'm going to say it's a good thing. Because
Okay.
it is a pain in the ass to have to try and just travel around the city with the snow.
Yeah.
Because no one knows how to drive in snow here.
No.
It's
At all.
it's just embarrassing.
I bought winter tires and put them on my car, and then I put my old tires in my trunk for extra weight.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And everyone who's like from Vancouver, like I was born in the area, and then I moved to the Kootenays, which is like 8 hours east, like closer to Alberta. So we get like 10,000 feet of snow. And I'm used to driving like an 89 Civic in 4 feet of snow. So like I get snow driving. But like anyone who's from Vancouver and has lived here their whole life, when I'm like, I put winter tires on and I got my old tires in the back, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't put anything in your car. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not going to die now. And I can drive. And they're like, what do you mean? Just don't drive if there's snow. And I'm like, okay, well, you're one of the smart ones, because most people just go, oh, it'll be fine. And then they have 10,000 accidents.
Do you know what I saw? So I've counted that I've seen like up close, 4 cars get stuck in the snow, like right in front of me that I've seen. And each time when they're stuck in the snow, they gun it. Just floor it. And all they're doing, they just keep digging themselves down.
Yeah.
You can see how fast the wheel of the back's spinning. And at one point,
it's like mud. It's like mud. Same thing, right? Like
Yeah.
spinning, you're just
one
going to
point-
cut yourself into a hole, right?
myself and a couple other bystanders were helping this one guy out trying to get his car forward, and we're behind him pushing, and all of a sudden he thought it would be a good idea to reverse.
Oh my God.
While we're pushing the car. So all of a sudden he guns it as fast as he can backwards. Only manages to go about a foot before he gets stuck in the snow again. And God, he's trying to like rock the car back and forward by just as fast as he can with people directly behind pushing on it.
So
And
I have
what we ended up doing is we ended up pushing the car, like he's trying to drive as fast as he can straight forward, and we're just pushing it up, basically sideways now, because it's just gliding over the snow. And we're just like, I guess we'll move it somewhere out of the way. So
It's just a
pushing it to
hovercraft
the side of
now.
the road. That's basically what it was like.
That's
So
nuts.
there was so back in the Kootenays, we used to have this huge airsofting group. There was like maybe 40 of us and like a bunch of like neighboring towns. We had like all these different airsofting teams. If you don't know what airsofting is, like BB guns, but like they're all like full metal and milsim spec or whatever, and you have squads and you go do like
Ryan on here to talk about that.
yeah. And so you just go have BB gun wars in the forest. So we were doing it one winter, and one of the trucks, because the Kootenays, everyone has a truck. One of the trucks got stuck. So, and it's like literally 4 or 5 feet of snow, and the truck had these ramps to get your quad up into the back. So we took one of the quad ramps and we jammed it under the tires to give it traction.
Yeah.
And so there's like 4 or 5 of us behind it with these quad ramps underneath it. And Nathan, what you just said brought this memory back where the person who didn't drive, by the way, person who we were like, hey, just go in and into the driver's seat and give it some gas. He fucking floors it, which grips the quad ramp and launches it fucking backwards.
Oh shit.
As there's like 5 or 6 of us behind the truck pushing it. So it flies off, no shit, 30 feet into the forest.
Holy crap.
One guy starts like kind of hobbling, jumping back into a car. And we're like, oh, we got the truck out, and it starts getting back on the path. And we're like, oh, good. And we're like, where'd Steve go? And so I go back and I look, he's sitting in a car. It nearly took off his ankle. He had like big pants, snow pants on. He had like cargo, like combat pants on underneath that. And it ripped into his flesh. I'm looking there and I'm like, oh, okay, we need to go to a hospital now.
Holy fuck.
So the truck that now can move, I'm like, Steve, you're getting in the back of that truck. I'm coming with you. And we're going to a hospital immediately. And he was like, oh, you sure it's not that bad? I'm like, it will be in a few minutes. And so it's like, I don't know, minus 15, minus 20 out right now. We just finished playing airsoft, so we still have a lot of adrenaline running through us. We've been running. We're exhausted. We get him in the back of the truck, and I look, and I can see muscle. I can see, I swear to God, bone at this point. So I just start ripping off like pieces of my shirt and just start like I was first aid certified at this point. It's obviously expired now, but like at this point, I have my first aid. So I start making tourniquets and fucking tying his leg up because I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna start bleeding real soon because there was no blood. That was the weirdest thing, and that's why everyone thought like, oh, he's fine, it's just a scratch. And I was like, I can see tendons. This is not good. So I start tying tourniquets on his leg. We start driving, and I'm like, hey, Joel, get into your truck. We're driving to the hospital. So he starts driving. We get over a few bumps because it's a dirt road and like some fucking backwater, like dirt road, whatever, somebody's property. Anyway, we get over a few bumps. One of the bumps just lets loose the gushing. And so he just starts fucking spraying blood.
Oh, man.
We're just like, oh, fuck. And I was like, that's why I've got these on. And so I tie up the tourniquets even tighter. We get to the hospital. Keep in mind, so we run into the hospital. Like they throw him on a gurney immediately. He's bleeding everywhere. There's like 5 or 6 of us in full combat gear with like pistols on our side.
What is it?
Like just full camo, full like plate vests, like guns at just the whole, and just spraying blood everywhere. And so we run in. The doctor's like, "What the fuck?" And we're like, "Okay, quickly, we're playing airsoft. None of this is real. Truck got stuck, and then a thing went flying and took out his leg." And he's like, "Okay, so we don't have to worry about anything." I was like, "Apart from that, no. Like, there's nothing weird going on." He's like, "Okay." So anyway, they take him in. They do surgery on him. They have to like stitch up a bunch of stuff and operate on him. And then after, they were like, if the tourniquets were on there, we would have had to amputate because it nicked one of his tendons. He almost bled out in the truck, and he almost lost feeling to his entire leg because it hit one of his nerves.
How is he now?
Oh, he's fine now.
He's fine now.
Yeah. It was like it grazed a bunch of things that almost ruined his life. And then also he almost bled out.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Okay. What are you doing for Christmas, Elvin?
Quite a first aid lesson.
Pushing cars in the snow.
No, I'm not pushing cars. Hell no. I was actually stuck in the snow for about 20 minutes today too. But I just shoveled my front tires because the front wheel drive. Shoveled the front tires, and then I was good to go. Nice. But yeah, no, it's. Oh man, I'm scared right now because my flight might get canceled on Saturday.
Oh, is it that bad?
Well, yeah, they're saying it's going to be freezing rain coming down, so I'm praying my flight does not get canceled. Please. I need to go to Cabo and get the hell out of this shithole.
I got to drive in the Colorado mountains in a Honda Odyssey last year during a snowstorm. That was exciting.
Oh my god!
With no tread, nothing. Just yeah, that was fun. Just like floating. You're just like aqua gliding.
Yeah.
Like you can't do anything. You can't do anything. I'm like, okay, I'm not supposed to be here in this car.
How'd you end up in Colorado?
Well, we went to Arkansas last year to see the family, and it wasn't snowing. It was just like t-shirt weather in December, and I was like, all right, we're here, and it was coronavirus. We were supposed to go to New York for a week, and then they had the Omicron outbreak in December,
Yeah.
and so everything just got closed down. And like, okay, there goes that plan. I'm like, oh, we'll go to Florida, Disneyland. It was fully booked. It was just like, and everyone decided to go to Florida in December last year. So I'm like, all right, let's take the kids to see snow for the first time. So we're like, all right, Colorado, let's go. And we drove. And yeah, that was nuts. We're like, yeah.
How far is Colorado?
We don't need a 4-wheel drive. It'll be fine.
No, it'll be fine.
Family wagon, fine.
We got enough weight in the back.
In Australia, has never dealt with snow in his whole life. I'll be fine.
Snow's like
Why am I floating?
right?
Why am I? It was nuts. Yeah. But yeah, nothing like Justin's story, man.
There's another story. Well, I was coming back to Vancouver. So Chris, the guy who does a lot of my tattoos, he's the closest thing to a gypsy that I've ever met, where he's lived in probably every country in the world and works for fucking every nefarious person you've ever thought of, doing artwork for him and stuff. And has some of the greatest stories. And if you ever want to talk about conspiracy theories, it's the most entertaining conversation you'll ever have. But we went to Cranbrook for a buddy of mine's wedding, and then me and my drummer were
Cranbrook?
Yeah.
That was my high school.
Fuck off. You went to Mount Baker?
No. Like the school in Sydney was called Cranbrook.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I was in a Cranbrook private school. Yeah.
That's not.
Oh, you're from Sydney?
I grew up in Sydney. I was there for.
I got heaps of family. Heaps of family.
Well, it's the Commonwealth thing. We got everything. It's all the same. We got a King's Cross. True. We got a George Street. You got them all as well.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he wants to do a tour in Canada of just all cities that sound like other cities. So he wants to play in London,
Sydney.
No. Yeah, no, just like London, Toronto or Ontario. And he wants to play in Surrey, BC. He wants to play in just all the Paris, New Brunswick or whatever. But we were driving back, and there's this big pass from the Kootenays to the Lower Mainland in Vancouver, the Salmo Creston Pass, where it just goes through all these mountain ranges, and it's 200 feet cliff drop on either side, and it's horrible in the winter. And there's no railings, no nothing, 2-lane highway, and it's just disgusting, and it's a death trap. So we were driving, and we go along this super windy road, and he's in he was driving a Ford Explorer at the time, so a 4-wheel drive truck, but one of the worst ones you can get. And I was in the passenger seat, Kyle is in the back, Chris is driving, and there was a point where we were going around this corner, and he just completely loses control. The entire road is black ice, and he just starts spinning the wheel frantically, and nothing's happening, and we're just careening towards nothingness. And there was no panic. Nobody said anything. He just starts spinning the wheel frantically and starting to gear down, and I just lets out the most relaxed, just fuck. Fuck. As we're nearing the edge of death, skirting a sheer drop off, and just everyone is super calm. No guardrail, no railings, no nothing. Just drop off. That's it. and he says "fuck" very calmly a couple times. Then we stop, and then he gains traction, and then we continue on. And then I immediately start chain smoking, and then we start going, so we almost died there, huh? And he's like, oh, yeah. No, it was a pray to Hail Mary kind of situation. Just thanking every god I could think of at that moment, because, yeah, we almost died.
Oh, man.
Yeah, driving in BC is not fun.
I just want the snow to go away. Come on, March.
Yeah, I fucking hate snow. That's why I moved back to Vancouver.
Yeah.
I used to live in a Bavarian ski town that would, like, if you didn't shovel off your roof, it would collapse.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
How come you don't have an accent, 78?
So growing up, Dad's from the States. So growing up, when I was a little kid, I went to international schools.
Okay.
So yeah, all the teachers are usually back then when I grew up in the 70s and 80s. They're all Americans. Were the international?
I thought
teachers.
you were in your late 30s.
Thanks, man.
Aw.
Thanks, man.
Well, you look great.
It's that Indonesian weather.
Moisturized. It's always moisturized.
Some moisture.
Just sweating all the time here, man.
Jeez.
That's the secret.
I was in Bali a few years back for a wedding. My cousin is from Australia. He's like, I want to go to Bali for a wedding. I'm like, you fucking typical Australian. So went to the. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be hot in the day. Okay, I can deal with it, but at nighttime, it's gonna be nice and cold for me. Holy shit, was I ever wrong? 35 all day long. It was like walking into an oven. I was like, holy crap. It was just relentless. I couldn't believe how hot it was at night.
Humid.
Just
you got it. Like it's weird. Bali follows Australia a bit, so Australia has the winters reversed, right? So if you go there in the middle of the year, it's actually quite cool. You get all these cool breezes from Australia, and so it actually in the evening can get to like the low 20s.
Yeah,
and then
low
in the
20s.
daytime, of course, it hits 30 to 33. You know.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to do an outdoor wedding, and being of Indian culture, you've got to put on Indian outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
All right, so we're gonna go out in 5 layers in 35-degree weather, and you're like, I hope you break.
Yeah,
up.
I just told them you can go fuck yourselves. Yeah. And they're all gonna synchronize in Bollywood songs. Yeah.
And then we're gonna get 1 million like lumen lights to make sure that everyone's lit properly. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it was insane. It was a good party though. Bali was crazy. I enjoyed it. It was my first experience.
It's an anomaly.
It was my first time having dinner on the beach, so it was pretty cool. I went to a cafe there. There was like open till like 2 a.m. Fresh seafood, just
it's
like
a
that.
Weird place now because we got during the whole Russia thing in the last 18 months. They've all run to Bali.
Oh.
And so there's literally billionaire Russians now. Like just all of a sudden, there's a community.
Holy shit!
And it's kind of weird, man.
Weird.
It's kind of weird. It's like, because like the borders were closed, right? During the whole pandemic, the borders were closed, and these Russians snuck in by bribing their way in. Of course,
sure.
I mean,
it's
decided
Eastern
to move
Europe,
in, and all of a sudden there's no foreigners, and then there's just Russians. Like, what is this? Because I had work, so I would go there now and then, and you're like, they're white, they're European looking, but they all sound Russian. Like, yeah, there's thousands of them. Like, what?
That's crazy. So
crazy, and they're like, they got their crypto and things, and they got diamonds, like literally jewels, and they're trying to cash in jewels at the money changer and shit. The money changer is like, yo, we don't know what to do with this.
I don't even have a magnifying glass that can fit this shit.
It was a crazy, it's
massive dots, probably all docked.
Yeah, and
so when the pandemic happened, the main thing that I was interested in, because like it was a huge world event. Like there's been obviously massive quote unquote world events.
I do want to sorry, interject. I think we should end the show and we can probably chat afterward hours.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not related to anything we're doing. And I don't want to get politics.
It's not political.
Discord element.
Anyways, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week for Cabo if I can make it there. episode 6, and we can put this nonsense to bed and get on to the next show, which is The Last of Us. We apologize for dragging on forever. Each and every one of you, thank you so much. Visit us on our social media at A&R Universe. Visit 78 points of articulation. He is awesome. He makes cool dioramas. He also is part of a cool team called Lost House Collectives. They have a show on Saturday at nighttime. Bye everybody, and we'll see you next week.
But also, if you want an episode of a new show that is just us bullshitting,
I'm cutting it off now, Justin. Bye.
Going on tangents, let us know.
Leave a comment below.
Leave a comment below.